So we just got 2 ban updates for Master Duel. We have the actual ban list for the ranked ladder, as well as a ban in the Xyz Festival, an emergency ban if you will. A shout out to Master Duel Guide on Twitter for this beautiful graphic right here. So this is a new forbidden and limited list. As you can see, first of all we have Amano Iwado to 1. This is a hit to the Runick floodgate stun bullshit type of deck. Now does this kill the deck? Not necessarily. Does it make it much worse? Absolutely. Amano Iwado is just like one of their floodgatey stun annoying tools that they had, and now at 1 it's gonna be much less consistent to have this card out. So good change. Does it completely fix the issue? No, but you know, because Master Duel can afford to do these little ban lists consistently, it's better that they, you know, gradually start chipping at a deck rather than have it be like a nuke every other month. Now then we also have 3 Runick spells going to 2. So Runick Destruction, Runick Slumber, and Runick Freezing Curses. Now you could definitely argue that Runick Slumber is the weakest one here, and they could have hit maybe Tip or the other Runick spell. You know, you have like 3 really good ones and the Searcher, and then another weaker one, which is Slumber and Droplet and so forth. But like, okay, Slumber is probably the weaker hit here. Now a lot of people might say, hey, this is only like slight taps on the wrists on the maybe best deck in the format, Runick Sprite, at least on the ladder right now. And while that is true, it is important to remember that Runick actually gets all of its power from the amount of Runick spells it draws. Because if you do not draw a hand with a lot of Runick spells, you will not actually be able to trigger your Runick fountain draws as consistently either. You really want that fresh amount of consistent Runick spells being drawn to have your draw 3 every single turn, and so losing out on a Destruction, a Freezing Curses, and a Slumber makes it so you go from like 15 Runick spells to maybe 12, and in that context it is a pretty solid, you know, hit to Runick. Now does it kill the deck? Of course not. Of course not. Runick is still going to be incredible. Maybe the Floodgate version is hit the hardest here because they lose Amano and the draw on top of that, but Sprite Runick will probably still be one of the best decks, but a bit weaker. Now if you're asking yourself, okay, what do we change about this deck right now? I have a Runick deck up on this channel. All you would do is basically cut the spells, and then we're at 40 because my list was already at 43. And otherwise, you just need to run a few more Runick names so you can draw them more reliably, because drawing Runick names is really important. Then we see Fusion Destiny go to 2 from 1. This change doesn't do anything. We see Genex Ally Birdman being unlimbed. This change doesn't really do anything either. Dragon Roar to 3. Exciting for my pile decks, but doesn't really do anything. And Harp Horror being unlimbed. Okay, I'm happy with, you know, changes like these because they are decks that aren't really doing anything, but I don't think this will have like a major impact on the format. Just exciting for people who still want to play with these cards. So it's really the top row here having impact on the meta, while the bottom row is like, okay, cool, have a little treat. Overall, I do think we will see harder hits to Runick and Sprite in the future because this is not enough, but these hits are in the good direction in my opinion. Now next, we also see Konami have emergency banned Flying Sea from the Xyz Festival. Now if you don't know what's going on here, basically the Xyz Festival only allows you to do Xyz summons, and so you could simply use this card still. It wasn't banned, and that made it so your opponent couldn't Xyz summon, which is completely unfair. This is like a broken Max C specifically for that event at least. And so for that reason, of course, it was an oversight. They quickly patched it out, so now the Xyz Festival should be a bit more balanced and fair again. So overall, good change, quick listening to feedback. Don't really have anything negative to say about this. So that is all for this quick update. Hope you found this interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.